ball.
The culture.
I mean, we keeping a buck right now, we ass.
To win games, you have to win the game.
Finish the fucking game. Let's end it.
Parker's down one work. And
Merry Christmas, everyone. Or Happy Hanukkah to those who observe. In these times of reflection and gathering with family, it allows us to rest and enjoy the small blessings in life. Or it's just an excuse to gain about 10 pounds in a few weeks. That also happens to a lot of us. For me, however, I'm thinking of something truly special in my life. It's not DraftKings Sportsbook, the sponsor of this video, but they're a pretty good option for those of us that are interested in this realm. If you count yourself as one of these people, DraftKings has an offer just for you. All new customers can bet just $5 and receive $200 in bonus bets if it wins. So for me, I've been into the same game parlays as of late. I have not succeeded in most of them. Mostly because I'm stubbornly focusing on a certain Pittsburgh player that should be getting TDs but can't. But I can still combine any stat line and any player from any game on the football docket. Or any sport for that matter. Hell, if you have a hunch during the game, they offer live betting on in-progress games. The options are limitless. But what if DraftKings isn't available in your states? Well, DraftKings offers plenty of daily fantasy options to wet your whistle and test your ball knowledge. Remember, the only way to get involved is to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code UTREE. It will allow all new customers to bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if it wins. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. As always, though, please remember to play responsibly. Well, this one was an absolute doozy, wasn't it? The Rams had a golden opportunity to bury Seattle for the #1 seed, and they imploded on themselves. I made a video about it over the weekend. Moral of the story, Puka Nacua both has incredible talent and has no brain. Seattle waltzes their way to the #1 seed for the time being. And a playoff berth. How is it that the Eagles have been given repeated gifts over these past few weeks yet look horrifically unimpressive in the process? If you're box score watching, you think Philly took care of business convincingly. But if you actually watch this crap, they played like shit for a huge chunk of the game. However, this week's failure comes from a different source. Besides typical offensive sputterings for long stretches. It's their special teams. Jake Elliott apparently can't make a kick anymore. Washington may be literally begging Philly to finish them off for long stretches, but apparently they can't. It took another goddamn lifeline for the Eagles to pull away from this withered husk. Marcus Mariota got hurt, which means the next man up is Josh Johnson. The goddamn legend himself. A man with enough frequent flyer miles to buy an entire fucking airline. He was terrible. Kami's finally broke in front of a majority Philly crowd, and that was that. And Sirianni and company will make petty statements by going for 2.
Nope.
Up 17. Guess that's what happens when you don't have an accurate kicker, apparently. So Philly gets away with it yet again because the NFC East is a complete joke this season. The streak is over. We have a back-to-back winner in this division for the first time in 21 years. In spite of the Eagles' repeated frustrations. Enjoy your wildcard exit. Green Bay apparently wished for their elite roster on a monkey's paw. That's honestly the only explanation I've got. There was so much Super Bowl hype that they were granted a Midas touch. All the way down to choking on gold when trying to drink water. Against a hated rival in a must-win contest, they got dragged down into a defensive slog. Repeatedly trying to go over the top only to imitate the battle of the neck. Aw, you feel like you've had enough injuries this season? Well, too bad, here's a concussion for Jordan Love. Malik Willis will more than hold his own, but it doesn't solve their offensive ineffectiveness when it matters. Perhaps one of these days they can convert in the damn red zone. 0 for 5 on the day. A damning testament to Matt LaFleur and his offensive game plans. Chicago held firm. They know the stakes, especially against hated brother to the north. Yet it never feels like it's enough. The Packers D sturdy as well. Caleb Williams can't find a way to break through. The Bears only settle for field goals as well. Not good when Malik Willis found Pater to touch earlier. It will be a battle of the kickers. Cairo Santos boots a gem to make it a one-score game. Brandon McManus responds in kind since Green Bay can't score TDs in the red zone. Time's winding down and Chicago's hope seems lost. Or so you'd think. See, when Pope Leo XIV ascended to the highest echelon of the Vatican, he blessed all of Chicago by proxy. The odds are against them, oh no! It's 2025. Big leads are blown left and right and kings drop like flies. Green Bay had countless opportunities to put them away, but their battered state won't allow it. Cairo Santos will kick another field goal to make it one score again. Only problem's that the 2-minute warning's been pissed away. Onside kick time. And with those odds, best of luck.
Go onside kick here. Otherwise, they would get it back maybe with like 45 seconds left. So it's sealed the decision. Try the onside kick. It's laying around. Got to pick it up. And it's loose around. Who's going to get it? Are you serious?
My God, they really are blessed by Pope Leo. Packers special teams blowing an onside kick? Truly a unique occurrence in their history. But their defense should be able to pick up the slack in this situation. Come on, it's 4th down near the goal line.
Williams, pressure, throwing, corner, has a man. It is touchdown! Janae Walker, unbelievable!
And Keyshawn Nixon can't cover a bedsheet. You're really gonna go out like this, Packers? I thought you had some goddamn dignity. Overtime's merely a placebo. Sure, Green Bay will make the appearances of scoring points, but those appearances are fleeting. The monsters of the Midway will maul them on 3rd down. Or maybe it's their own doing.
Ball is loose, picked up, and the Bears get a stop!
Yep, Green Bay, enjoy your doom. Do you relish in pain? Suffer it while Caleb makes the throw of his life.
On the fake, Williams looking downfield, launching downfield, going for it! Oh! It is caught! Bears win it! DJ Moore!
The sad thing is, this isn't even the most unprecedented comeback in the last few days. Green Bay just imploded. Testament to a lost season with a secondary that falls apart at the worst times. Chicago, meanwhile, they're the anti-Eberflus, winning games from the jaws of defeat on repeat. This is a different Bears team, a better one, and all it took was swiping the magic back from Washington all those months ago. Ben Johnson's men retain the North. Playoffs await in their future. In the time past, this matchup would have serious playoff implications. Today it's for nothing. Both teams are dead in the water. Both teams in serious need of overhauling in the executive and coaching branches. And both teams have major questions to answer in the offseason. But for Cincinnati, they have Joe Burrow. He's simply gonna sling the rock to T and Jamar like days of old and beat the ever-loving shit out of Miami in an ugly laugher. Wow, you crushed a team starting Quinn fucking Ewers at QB. I'm so proud of you, Bungles. A win as hollow as a Fabergé egg. People were bitching at me for my elimination comments about the Bengals, but this is seriously how Mike Brown and the Blackburns see this season. Apparently all they needed was a healthy Joe Burrow and it would have solved their generationally bad defense. Zach Taylor's probably gonna fuck up even more games next year. Joe Burrow will do everything to bail them out. You'll see. God, don't make me laugh. Spirit of Tankful infects us all in this glorious holiday season. You look forward to Christmas? I look forward to two shitty teams with god-awful offense at every turn. Although oddly, both defenses are stiffening up to silence anything resembling an attack. It's pretty easy to do with the Jets being something under Brady Cook. New Orleans is at least budging the ball forward, but that first half was some ugly imitation ball. Things were sloppy as hell. Yet in the end, the Jets understood the assignment. Mickey Loomis wants to delude himself into thinking the Saints can still make a run with the score, so New York will allow him just that. Tyler Shuck gaining confidence by finding Chris Olave on repeat. New Orleans doubling up their opponent in yardage as they blow them away in the fourth quarter. You know the Jets still haven't recorded an interception on the year? Squeak fucking 16. About as embarrassing as going 2 for 15 on 3rd down. Aaron Glenn staying put, but he's got to show something quickly. Dude's reaching Brian Callahan levels of inept at this point. I know the devil comes to collect its due eventually, but good God! Did the Chiefs sign for their dynasty with a subprime mortgage or something? Kansas City went up against the pipsqueak and apparently became an elephant seeing a mouse. They panicked and ran amok. The trample damage took out Gardner Minshew as well. So chucked into the fire is Chris Solodakun, the 28-year-old who's never thrown a pass in a regulation game to this point. When you have him under center and no running game, what the hell do you expect? There isn't enough foundation in the world to cover up this pathetic display. O-linemen are pointing fingers at each other on the sidelines. The offense is DOA, and the defense? They were sliced and diced by the Titans offense. The goddamn Mike McCoy-led Titans. Cam Ward had his best game as a pro, and it's not even close. They nearly fucking tripled KC in offensive production. More than doubled them in first downs. It was a clinic. The Chiefs didn't just lose to one of the worst NFL teams in recent memory. They lost to them by 17. How much incompetence was Mahomes masking? The devil really has come to collect for Kansas City's good fortune. Dominated by Tennessee and have to face the damn Broncos on Christmas. With Chris Olave. God, they are so fucked. The final home game for dem boys this season. Let's send the fans out with a bang, shall we? I mean a bang from the cannon to their heads, obviously. If there's any team for an offense to tweak things, practice plays, and generally build confidence for a potential playoff run, it's Dallas. The Floose Goose will be remembered for its legendary incompetence for years on end. Justin Herbert picked it apart with ease all game. A near immaculate day without breaking a sweat. A guy notorious for dying in the pocket all year didn't get sacked once. That's incredible. About as much as Trayvon Diggs being back after a concussion trying to install a TV on a ceiling? Dak and his men have to literally be perfect to have any chance to win. George Pickens had a monster day, yet it means nothing when Dallas's idea of defending is sitting in a damn cuck chair for 60 minutes. Liquid LA keeps their division hopes afloat with a smooth win. Dallas is simply Dallas and no one should be shocked. Yes, Jerry, your team underachieved. Believe that all you want, but with that shitty defense, I think they're about where they should be. What Jerry Boy really needs to find the culprit for this mess is a mirror. One of the best offenses in football held back repeatedly by a Floose Goose. Garbage linebackers, saloon door corners. Congrats, Jerry, you barely found a way to stop the run sometimes after selling out for D-line help. Too bad you can't stop your own ego from running over the team. Way to waste that year from Dak. After the dust settled, Liquid LA got a Christmas delivery later in the day. A chance at redemption in the playoffs. The Giants know their objective. A date with destiny arrives next week, but they have to take care of business here. Absolute comedy is the only thing that New York will be putting on for their beleaguered audience. Jackson Dart gets to be behind a line that can't block and throw to receivers that can't catch. We're supposed to be surprised that he threw for only 13 net yards on the day? That's a feature. Same as repeated self-flagellation. The Giants picking off a terrible pass by 9, going for a pick 6, only for it to be wiped away by a fucking offsides call. A dart of an interception thrown in the Giants' own territory. Minnesota touchdowns by McCarthy to take a lead. And another charge by Minnesota, leading to a strip sack recovery for a New York touchdown? Okay. Yet there's a wrinkle thrown into the mix. That strip sack forced J.J. McCarthy out of the game. We have a tank full in the flesh at MetLife again. Max Brosmer against Jackson Dart with sandbags imitating O-linemen. The result is slop. Delicious, hilarious slop. No offense can really do a damn thing, and it's beautifully ugly to see. A matinee for what will happen next week. But unfortunately, someone has to win. Will Riker kicks a field goal for the Vikings to take the lead late, and Saboteurs will do the rest. Darius Slayton knew of the greater vision with this brutal drop. True destiny awaits. Jackson Dart didn't, but he'll fall to the sword for the greater good. Minnesota can have this meaningless win. Next week will be what really matters. G-Men, you're gonna need to be at your worst for this one. Glorious draft capital is at stake. Even for the Bills' strong record, I still don't trust them. If you've been paying attention, you shouldn't either. Cleveland repeatedly gets in their own way, but they do have a strong defense. Regardless of strong defense, this should have been slaughter. It was looking that way early on with James Cook running downhill repeatedly. 3 straight touchdown drives put Buffalo in cruise control to simply dominate their weak opponent. They fell asleep at the wheel for some inane reason. Bills near completely stalled out on offense in the second half. It could have been because Josh Allen was limited with a foot injury, but it's alarming as hell for a team that's had this shit happen repeatedly throughout the year. 50 yards of offense until the end of the game? What the literal fuck is this shit? Thank God they're only playing the Browns. Shadur throws ill-advised balls. His receivers won't catch a damn thing that's thrown accurately, and it's completely sloppy trash. In spite of the Browns coming back into the game. They're only down by 3 late, but Cleveland can't finish the job. They fail several 4th down conversions to lose yet another football game. And this is with Dawson Knox being unable to catch a football to seal you on the tomb earlier on. So the Browns not only tragically fall to the Bills, they fall to a Bills team roughly at half strength. Cleveland, you should know it never gets better. Any hope gets mangled beyond repair. Quinshawn Judkins is the next promising player to fall to horrible fate. But at least Myles Garrett will probably break the sack record. You have next to no offense to speak of, but hollow victories are what Jimmy Haslam seems to enjoy the most. Please keep being you, Browns. We appreciated 2 hours to the southeast. Who wants to win this shitty NFC South? A Buccaneers team decaying from injuries and errors in real time? Or a Panthers team hungry for blood but repeatedly trip on their own 2 feet? The sickos in us all wait in anticipation for such a bounty. Honestly, I'm rooting for the Panthers here. I'm tired of seeing the Bucs slowly fade away into nothing. I'm tired of people trying to gaslight us into thinking Todd Bowles isn't an insanely shit head coach. Baker to Mike Evans has been carrying this team for a few years. But that isn't happening anymore. The whole operation has simply gotten disheveled. Buccaneers are being dragged into the muck that is Carolina. The defense simply unable to stop Bryce Young. What are the Panthers? Who the fuck knows, but they're holding firm against whatever the Bucs are these days. Baker tries his damnedest to hold the fort together, but it's a neck-and-neck contest. Tampa Bay may take the lead in the third quarter, but Carolina charges down the field with ease. And then Bryce Young happens again. On repeat. Especially with his mobility near the goal line. The Panthers have a lead. It merely feels inevitable. Tampa Bay's been falling apart for weeks on end, and things are culminating with a failure to launch. Their offense can't generate much of anything in the fourth quarter. It becomes a tie game, sure, but then the defense folds once again to Jalen Coker of all people. The wreck of the Ryan Fitzgerald sinks Tampa's ambitions to the bottom of the sea, and the Charlotte Kitties have a lead. Sure, Baker Mayfield, try with all your might to bail this dying franchise out. It's admirable, but all you can do is accept your fate.
Mayfield throws, and it's intercepted! It's a takeaway for the Carolina Panthers!
Tampa Bay's free fall continues. And it happens with miscommunication between Baker and Mike Evans, of all things. Honestly, good. Carolina's probably going to get their asses beat in the wild card, but all things considered, I'd rather have them there. The only problem is they have to face Seattle next week. The Bucs get lowly Miami. This probably isn't over yet. Sadly. The Bird Flu Bowl. We hope both teams get cold to prevent the spread of football and mouth disease. These moribund franchises have been afflicted with such ineptitude for a long time. Did anybody give a shit about this game? I feel like there may have been like 3 people who were doing more than glancing at the box score. 2 teams with coaches that should be fired willing their men to try and not focus on the upcoming offseason. The Falcons have a bit more to play for with them not having their first round pick. So they get the win after Arizona blows a 10-point lead in the second quarter. You seriously can't consider keeping Jonathan Gannon as the head coach after this. What the fuck does he do besides look stern as he eternally crosses his damn arms? If the Cardinals do nothing, especially after that Titans debacle, contract the fucking franchise. They don't deserve the right to play. Atlanta merely survived by existing. Every Arizona player's gonna fall to injury. It's all you have to do against this garbage. And it ends with a pick by C.J. Henderson of all the people. Remember when Atlanta desperately wanted him in the 2020 draft? All they had to do was wait until he was at goodwill. The Cardinals suck ass, let's move on. The Raiders know what they have to do too. They must cross the Mendoza line with haste. This Derek Stingley pick 6? That's the kind of thing Las Vegas must accomplish for the greater good, for a brighter future. The Texans may be struggling immensely on offense in this contest, but everything is currently going according to plan. Only problem is that Ashton Ginty's really damn good. He's just been held back for most of the year because the corporate Raiders are a glorified HR department. They exist to hold kangaroo courts, foster rampant nepotism, and look fucking terrible on the football field. I was honestly worried there for a moment. Las Vegas using this talent thing to keep it close. Houston's offense still having trouble for long stretches to reinforce their issues in the Nick Caley era. Thank the Lord the football gods intervened. They want Super Tank Bowl to commence. Houston's offense gets it together and pieces together a time-eating final drive to end this madness once and for all. Everybody wins. We as fans do especially. Next week officially brings us incredibly shitty glory. Get ready. A seismic butterfly effect game is about to take place. Well. I've been skeptical as hell of Denver for a while with how they've been escaping their own failings, but here, Broncos all but fell victim to their own arrogance. You could feel it all week. The endless puff pieces about their Super Bowl hype. Sean Payton calling Jacksonville a smaller market. Are you trying to create bulletin board material? You should know Duvall loves nothing more than teams underestimating them. It's been their calling card since they were founded. A tight game for the first half, both teams showcasing their respective strengths. But the Jaguars were merely waiting for the right time to rip their heart out. Or should I say, wait for Denver to do it themselves? It's what I've been warning about for a while and it came to a head. Sean Payton tried to get really goddamn cute with a trick play and the Broncos fell apart after the fact. I'm dead serious, the whole team flat out imploded. It's as if Denver suddenly forgot how to play football in the second half. Weeks upon weeks of dancing through the raindrops and getting away with maddening inconsistency finally bubbling to the surface. Reckoning comes in the form of one entity, and its name is Duval. What a goddamn statement! Taking the top of the AFC and not only beating them in their own house, but flat out humiliating them. Trevor Lawrence has become a horseman of the apocalypse, from picking his nose to picking the side to lop off the heads of his adversaries. They may have emerged as a Super Bowl contender. The shitty play early on's being knocked out of them. That small market just took the next step they need. Without Travis Hunter, the AFC's wide open. If T-Law can keep this up, Jackson DeVille's going streaking. If there's one thing this year has shown us, it's that Detroit is a shell of their former selves. It could be due to the metric shit ton of injuries that have destroyed their O-line and secondary. It could be due to the sheer inconsistency of their play all year. Or it could just be cruel fate lining up against them. When Pittsburgh came to town, I saw a team that simply lied down to die for most of the game. They ran the ball a couple of times, got nowhere, and then simply gave up on doing so forevermore, apparently. A team that should be winning, but repeatedly pisses down their leg.
Rodgers off his back foot, throws it down the way, and a flag's coming out on Anzalone, and look at Gainwell.
Kenneth Gainwell caught that. Holy shit, that's fucking incredible. Catch of the damn year. It's about as unbelievable as the Kalen Zacharias Metcalf punching a fan in the stands. There's apparently a history with this guy, though? Is there one with Y.A. Black flicking the bird on camera, too? It's confirmed Detroit's dying in real time. Their offense is completely out of sorts. Worse, their defense is atrocious with a backup secondary. They can't make a stop on third or fourth down. I'm not joking about that. The Lions under Dan Campbell are supposed to be known for their snarl, and they're becoming cowardly. No Wizard of Oz can save these fuckers. The Steelers are dominating, and I mean dominating. This honestly should be even more of a blowout. But the Motor City's finally found an offense under Jared Goff trying to play heroics down by 12. The Lions are scoring touchdowns, but it doesn't matter if their defense can't make a damn stop. Guess what? They still can't make a damn stop. They just crater no matter what happens. Until they finally hold after the 55th attempt. Who needs a touchdown here? Chris Boswell's automatic. Easy 3 points to make it an 8-point affair.
Coons will snap it back, and the kick by Boswell. Oh no! No good!
What the hell do you mean Boswell missed? That dude doesn't miss, he's a fucking robot! Are you shitting me? The Steelers are taking ill-timed penalties to get the Lions a chance to win the game? Are you shitting me? Fuck! Stop! Detroit's not supposed to win! We need help! Refs? Lions? Save us from this joke! Oh god, it's a touchdown!
Hold it!
Offensive pass interference, thank God! It was ticky-tacky since the defender ran into him, but fuck it, I'm taking whatever I can get. And a false start! The Lions can't get out of their own damn way. It's gonna come down to fourth down. Save me, Jeebus. Hold me.
Can they pull it off with the season in the balance? Goff fires at the one. He didn't get across, but there are flags down. Ball ends up in the hand of Goff. He goes across. Did they have a whistle first?
One eternity later.
Ruling on the field is a touchdown, however. Interference. Number 14 on the offense. By rule, that penalty is not enforced and there is no replay. The game is over.
I have never been happier to experience Ref Ball Supreme in my life. Expert trolling rivaling Pete Rozelle. Detroit scored a touchdown on the play, but Steelers win, fuck you, the game's over, where's my steak dinner? On record, that was textbook OPI by Amon-Ra. Jalen Ramsey should win an Oscar for best acting for that flop. How the fuck was that rolled a touchdown on the field, though? Should have been blown long dead for forward progress. So, Steelers win in what should have been domination by something? Yep, that settles it. We're going to the Super Bowl. None of this 9-8 bullshit either. We are legitimately going to the goddamn Super Bowl. Do you see the Ref Ball Supreme? Do you see the bullshit? Do you see the talent in front of you? Old man Rodgers is going to lead this team to goddamn Lombardi, and you are going to sit Ref Bowl Supreme has forced Baltimore's hand. They have to win here to keep up in the division race. And they have to face a New England feasting on a paper-soft schedule. All they're going to experience is pure pain. Pain inflicted for about a damn decade at this point. Nothing screams Ravens football like controlling play than King Henry coughing up another fumble at the worst time. Nuke Hopkins developing dropsy in solidarity of such an error. But this revelation may have been the dagger. Lamar's out with yet another injury. That may have just handed the Steelers the North on a silver platter. Sure, Lamargarine will try his best, but he's not Lamar. Never has been. Even with King Henry doing his damndest to carry this franchise, narratives must be reinforced. Do you know what symbolizes the Ravens? Mark Andrews 360 no-scoping a lateral right to a Patriots defender before half. They extended this guy long-term recently? Baltimore beating Baltimore at every turn. Yet New England's having trouble as well with an injury to Travion Henderson. The purple and black have a sizable 2-score lead, but do you really think it's safe? Do you know what team this is? That lead will be nevermore. Drake May's gonna throw a dime and make it a 1-score game in the blink of an eye. Baltimore themselves will do the rest. Once again, it's another fucking critical drive, and Derrick Henry doesn't get the ball in his hands? He wasn't even on the damn field most of the time. He should have gotten the ball, John. Really? You're the fucking head coach, you goddamn Nebron! What the literal fuck are you doing on the sidelines most of the damn time? How long have you been bailed out by high-end talent? No wonder why the Steelers keep besting them despite being the far superior team in terms of playing ability. They don't have a Mike McDonald or a healthy Lamar to bail Harbaugh out at every given moment. Shit, the refs tried to hand you a win by not calling blatant pass interference on the defense. But you know the rule of life. Ball don't fucking lie. Drake May and the Pats offense overcomes this setback to gash Baltimore to the end. How fitting is it for this godforsaken football team to blow another double-digit lead? I've been watching the same movie on repeat for these fuckers for as long as I have the damn Steelers. About as predictable as a Zay Flowers fumble to end the game. And there go your playoff chances in a season of reckoning. Thanks for the Christmas gift. We appreciate the hell out of it in Pittsburgh. And New England certainly appreciates it too. They were dead once, but the Patriots are back. Indianapolis hasn't just imploded in on itself, they've had absolutely horrific luck. Every matchup outside of their control that's affected them has gone awry. Like the 08 Lions or 17 Browns, 0-16 in those games. Doesn't mean shit when the Niners are coming to town and want blood. San Francisco may have had a massive power outage over the weekend, but PG&E doesn't apply to this offense. They legitimately couldn't be stopped. No joke, the Colts defense was treated like a glorified scout team. Sweep the leg. No damn mercy. In their greatest hour of need, the horseshoe rusted the fuck out. Any of us can be the Niners punter, apparently. They haven't punted all month. And why should they with clinics like this by Brock Purdy? Old Man Rivers is doing a damn good job against this defense, but he simply can't keep up. We're no longer on freefall watch. The Colts are having one of the most spectacular collapses in NFL history. One rivaling the 2003 Vikings or 94 Eagles. Somehow Indy still ends up in mediocrity, but this is a special kind of cruel. I can't believe it. The Colts defense made a stop for once. And with a turnover. Yet there's something missing. Can't put my finger on... Ah, yes, the classic Phillip Rivers forced interception trying in vain for a comeback. Those points are going back to Frisco for a pick six. Shit, I feel for Rivers. He's the best damn player for Indy right now, yet his defense is letting him down repeatedly. Time is a damn circle. The Niners crush another foe beneath their feet. And somehow, some damn way, they make it to the dance. This week pretty much solidified the entirety of the contestants in the annual January dance. 8 teams clinched, but most of what remains are the division winners. Minus the NFC East, because everyone all but fell apart there. The AFC still gives Buffalo a chance, but New England's got Miami and the Jets on the docket these next few weeks. The North has been pretty much gifted to the Steelers. They'll need to lose out and the Ravens to win out for Baltimore to take it back. The South is squarely in Jacksonville's corner with a statement against Denver. But Houston's lurking in the shadows ready to strike. In the West, the Chargers are back in the picture after Denver's loss. If the cards fall right, it could lead to a do-or-die showdown in Week 18. Then there's the number 1 seed. The Broncos currently have the advantage, but it's precarious. The Patriots are breathing down their neck. Buffalo and Duval have a fighting chance. And the Chargers and Texans still have a sliver of hope for it. The NFC North looks like it's going to go to Chicago, just as we all predicted in the preseason. Green Bay still has a chance, but that's about it, especially after last week. The West is currently held by Seattle after the Thursday night chaos, yet the Rams hold on. And even the Niners can claim it all this time. The Niners! Yet about the NFC South, Tampa Bay and Carolina are still in the dance of who the hell wants to win this shitty division. This will probably come down to Week 18. In the Iron Throne known as the number 1 seed in the NFC, the current holder is, wait for it, the Seahawks. But it's changed nearly every week. The Niners can swipe it away. The Rams can take it back. Even the Bears have a chance to claim it for themselves. This isn't over. Nowhere close. The Lions and Colts still survive on technicality, but they're done. They've fallen apart and need 20 miracles to make it. So much at stake in the next few weeks. Good luck, and forever remember... Don't get eliminated! Don't bring out your dead today. Injury collection will not be happening this week. Honestly, most of the injuries were IR moves to get fresh bodies on rosters, so it would be a lot of unit loss sound effects. Plus, every family function known to man's happening for me this week, so unfortunately no time to do it. But before this week in Sportsball closes, I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Merry Festivus for the rest of us, whatever you celebrate. Take these upcoming days and spend them with the ones you love. And then enjoy the really ugly football that'll be on display on Thursday. Have a great night, everybody. Don't get eliminated.
And he was able to get the ball to Taylor for a first down.
Hey, Lincoln's up! Lincoln's up! 48! Hey, you got 20! Hey, right! We're good, 48. Tell Dawson!
Like a traffic cop, putting guys in place, and he's got a man wide open. That's Downs.